is the Big O Show. This 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 is...
Where can you drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
It's big. It's gigantic. It's the Toyota of Hollywood Super Sale. Over 2,000 Toyotas from just $17,988. Like a Corolla LE, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. Join the fun and get a super deal at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Where can you drive a new Acura ZDX for only $439 a month? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll from where we always rock and roll on a Thursday. Yeah, baby, it is Hialeah Park, where they just gave away a Mercedes. Damn, weren't you here on Saturday trying to win it? Maybe you'll be here at the end of the month trying to win $50,000 in Bitcoin. Woo! Got to play the machines, the very loose slots here at Hialeah Park, so you can win $50,000 of Bitcoin. And in the dip that's in right now, oh my God, it is the sweetest $50,000 of Bitcoin to win right now. Sweetest, bro. Think about it, bro. Bitcoin's like at 82. It was at 108. So that's like 20-something, 30% that you're going to pick up. So you get the 50,000, you know you're about to add 20 or 30% on it automatically. And then on top of that, by the way, just a little nugget, Bitcoin hash rate is at an all-time high, which means, for those of you that don't understand and you want me to define it for you, means more than ever there are more computers on. More than ever the network is the most secure it has ever been because it is the most powerful network in the world. More powerful than any computer out there. The Bitcoin network is #1. Nobody has the hash rate that the Bitcoin network has. That is why it is so amazing, because it's impossible to crack, because the hash rate is, and price follows hash rate. So no matter what's going on, it's just a volcano. It's building. So anyway, just saying. So you can come on down here and play the slots. Every time you play the slots, you get an entry and your chance at the end of the month to win $50,000 in Bitcoin. All right. Man, it's a good day. I mean, last night was not like the best day for South Florida sports, but just that Heat performance, man, that was, that carried. Like, I'm not worried about the Panthers. Not concerned at all. InterMiami, they got outplayed in the second half. LAFC didn't have their shit together in the first half, but they got outplayed in the second half. So we'll see what happens next Wednesday against LAFC if they get eliminated from they have to win now 3-1, right? In order to advance. Right? So you can't win 2-1 because you tie. Right. So you got to win 3-1. Uh-oh. So we got that to talk about, of course. What else? I don't think anything else went on locally, right? Am I missing anything? No, that's it. Pretty much. So we'll see. And we got some stuff Dolphin-wise. Obviously, it's interesting how many of you, I think, are in denial with the Dolphins. But that happens, and we'll get to that. We'll talk a little bit about the folks that live in denial, because I was going back and forth with a couple people on Twitter, and wow, some of you out there, it's like you enjoy lying to yourselves or something, because there's no way you really believe what you're saying. So it's just kind of the way it goes. What do we got here? Stephen Harris is #1 on a little roll call here. Good afternoon to you, sir. He says, I see the NBA champs got stomped on their home court. That was sweet last night. We'll get into that. I love that game last night. One-Eyed Jack. It's going to be interesting to watch Bitcoin and crypto markets next few months to see how this dip will go. I don't think the Bitcoin dip will go much further than this. And then as things get really bad over the next 3 months, because I expect this quarter to be terrible, really, really bad, altcoins are going to get crushed. Stocks are going to get crushed. But if you've got the cojones and, you can hang in there, and you buy the dips, they will open it all up at the back end of the year. Trust me. Powell and the government, they'll raise the debt ceiling, they'll do all that stuff, and they'll juice the hell out of the economy on the back end. Every president wants to avoid a recession, but right now, the thing that they are trying, they have to try it, right? Whether it works or not, whatever, dude. It is what it is, right? They pared down the government. We'll see how that works out. If you tore it down too much, either one side builds it too big, the other side may tear it down too much. None of us know how it's really going to end up working out. We can all have opinions, but it's going to be rough. So One-Eyed Jack, it's just a matter of weathering the storm. Okay? Now, sometimes on this show, I will come up with an analogy of something that goes on in the world, right? And I compare it to something historically, something that exists in the planet, something fiscally, something comically. You know how I do that, right? And different analogies at times. Do you remember I made an analogy once? I forgot what it was that I was still trying to remember what it was, but I compared something that was really difficult that was going on with the Dolphins or something, and I compared it to the Drake Passage down in the bottom of South America. Because if you don't go through the Panama Canal, you've got to go all the way under South America, and down there is called the Drake Passage. And you remember that? Do you remember that analogy I had? So I don't know if any of you guys, I don't even remember what I compared some problem that we had to the Drake Passage. And did you see that boat, that passenger boat that was going through the Drake Passage? Oh, it's on my Twitter feed. You guys got to check it out. And there are people standing. It's like, do your homework. You're going on a cruise. Know where you're cruising. You're going to cross the Drake Passage? No, that's not the kind of cruise I want to go on, bro. Like, that's insanity, dude. And then the crazy was the people that were right in the front of the boat in that glass area, and the waves were like, 40 feet tall, and they were just like drowning them in the now it wasn't hitting them because it was all glass, but what if? Again, that was just insanity. You can go to my feed at Big O Show on X, and you'll see it there. I put it there, but like insanity, bro. Man. Anyway, so we got some stuff to talk about. What else do we have here? So it's just a storm that we're gonna have to weather, One-Eyed Jack. Like the Drake Passage. That's what these next 3 months are going to be. The Drake Passage on a cruise boat. All right? That's what. And we'll see if we can survive. We'll see if we do survive. Gus 1388. Ray Sosa saw heat culture in effect last night. That's right, sir. Yeah, InterMiami, yeah. Let's see. Cosa Nostra, John Padilla checking in from San Jose. NorCal. There he is. He's cruising around Placerville, California, listening to the Big O. NorCal's where he wants to be. Riding with his loved ones. Smoking on some weed. That's right. You got chronic, won't you light it up? That's right. There you go, NorCal. I got you. Good old Nate Dogg, no longer with us, right? Rest in peace, right? I think we lost Nate Dogg, if I'm correct. I think we lost Nate Dogg. What is it, Corrupt and Nate Dogg, right? It's where I want to be. 2011, yeah. So that's you. That's you. You've never heard that song, NorCal? It's Corrupt with a K. And Nate Dogg, and maybe there's a third person too. I don't know. But it's called Where I Want to Be. And when I hear that song, I think about you. Is where I want to be. Riding with my loved ones. Smoking on some weed. You got chronic, won't you light it up? What's that line in that song? Show me something I've never seen. Like the Miami Dolphins playing like fiends. There we go. Figured I'd come up with some kind of a rap out of that. Okay. All right. Greg J, Aquavision. It is a beautiful day, sir. Yes, it is. Beating any team in Boston is always good. Here we go. Ty in the Bronx. Think Blue Dodgers. Another one. Think Blue Dodgers. He's another one. That's lighting up that chronic constantly. See? Smoking up that Hillary Bush. That's what I'm saying. Yep. There you go. You're another one cruising. Let's see. Willie is in Colombia. What else? Brian Landis, Luis Benino, Oscar Rojas, Pat in Asheville. I have a feeling that the Trump tariffs for the islands. Hey, listen, Pat. Don't pick on Trump for that, okay? If those penguins, all right, it's penguins and seals. If those effing penguins or seals on that island, they want to do any kind of trade with us, they got to pay a tariff too, buddy. Okay? So, too bad. Penguins, they need new jackets or something for their tuxedos? No. They sell some fish, eggs, nothing. We're going to collect from those bastards. Okay? We will tax everyone.
Is that where Happy Feet is? We're going to send them some dancing shoes?
Yes, we are. You know about that, right? We taxed an island that is inhabited only by penguins and seals. But we taxed those son of a bitches 10%. It's like the gay hairdresser that ended up in a Salvadorian jail. It's like, yeah, he had a tattoo that said mom and dad. Oh, he must be part of a gang. Who, me? I'm with the fashion police. I don't get it, you know. But hey, this is what we voted for. So, you know, it's kind of the way it goes. So nobody is safe. Gay hairdressers, penguins, or think about this, seals. So that island right there, we've got it locked down. Those penguins or seals try to do any kind of business, we're cashing in, bro. They want to sell some sponges from the islands? Yeah, we're cashing in. Yep. Feces, we're cashing in. Whatever it is they try to export, we're cashing in. So we're taxing everybody, bro. Everybody. It's the way it goes. So, Pat, I'm sorry if you're pissed off, but I'm all for it. Those damn penguins and those seals, they've been getting away with it too long. They had tariffs on us. We had to answer back. Big Johnson, what up, Big O? Glad to be back live again. I started better paying job last week, so been trying to catch up. Awesome, dude. Congratulations. Brian Ratke, thank you, sir, as always. Horn Dog is in the house. R.I.P. Nate Dog Pound. Daz and Corrupt. Oh, so Daz was in it. Okay. I have no idea who he is. Shade Shikes. Scheist is the other person that was on it?
It was Shade Sheist. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's such a groovy
Nate Dogg
song.
and Corrupt.
It's such a groovy song. It's old, right? What year is that song from? I want to say like 2004, 2? Maybe? I don't know. It's old. 2002? That's where I want to be. Riding with my loved one. I bet you a bunch of you are going to go, I got to go jam that song now. Pat in Asheville says, I had no idea there were seats too. Now it totally makes sense. Yeah. You know, you can't allow Seals and Croft to get away with anything. So Seals and Croft and Seals the singer, we're going after them too. I don't know if Seals from Seals and Croft is still with us, but if he is, we're taxing him also. And definitely Seal is with us, and we're going to tax his ass also. Anything Seal, and you know what? Who played the Penguin now? This guy, the English guy, right? What's his name? That did all the makeup for 3 hours a day. We're going after his ass for playing the Penguin. No, not DeVito. DeVito's going to get away with it for now because he's like doing sub commercials for now. So we're not going to mess with him. But Colin Farrell. Colin, we're coming after you, you bastard. We're coming after all Penguins, not just on that island. Why? You migrated from there. You're here in this country.
Are they going to hit the zoos and aquariums and send
if they came from that island, they need to pay. They've been producing money at the zoos. We need that tax money. Okay? So, Penguins, we're coming after you, bro. Train the Penguins, not the Agua. All right? We're going after the Train the Penguins. You sneaky, waddly bastards. That's right, Waddle. Jalen. It's a lot of taxes, Jalen. No, sending you back to that island. Stephen Ross, tax his ass. Every Penguin we're going after. Okay? It's a crusade against the Penguins and against Seals. Anybody else out of Seals and Croft? Who else is Seal-like? Because we need to go after him. Whoever is Seal-like, we must go after. So, did Jalen come from that island? Does he have a passport? Is it legit? Inquiring minds want to know. No wonder they're called ICE. They hang around penguins. You see that? ICE, penguins. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Tell you. Makes a lot of sense. Anyway. Let's see. Ocala Joe says, afternoon. No, it looks like Lourdes and I will be taking a lot of gummies this next 3 months. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to be numb because it's gonna be ugly for all of us. And then hopefully it turns for the better, not the worse. So we'll see, bro. We'll see. None of us can really predict it. Jay Gelfin is in the house. He says Joe Bonamassa tickets for the Hard Rock December 6th. Just went on sale. Use code. There we go. Joe BFL for pre-sale tickets now. If you've never seen Joe Bonamassa, one of the best guitarists on the planet right now. And live, he is so good, so smooth. Big O may have a surprise for followers. Nice. Jay may make it happen. I like it. Ocala Joe goes, Seals and Croft is awesome. There you go. He's in the summer breeze. Makes me feel fine. The Penguin Show on HBO is a great show. You know, people have told me that the Penguin Show was actually really good and that Colin Farrell did a really, really good job. And you can't tell it's him with the makeup and everything. That's how good the makeup was. So, Juan Rosa, Celtics untouchable as usual. Larson fouling Brown was clearly not a foul. Can't believe these refs fingertip a foul. Yeah, what are you going to do? You know. Oh, Pat in Asheville. U.S. Navy SEALs. Uh-oh. We got to check them all now. We got to check them now. Sam the Man says 2 Heat tickets for sale for tonight. There you go. Memphis. If they win tonight on a back-to-back, that's strong, dude. That's strong. So last night, let's get into it. Last night, the Miami Heat got it done against the Celtics, 124-103, 6 games in a row. They're 1 game behind the Hawks now in the 8th spot. They went a game ahead of the Bulls in the 10th spot, so they're locked in the 9th right now, and they're a game behind, the Hawks with 6 games left. So it could happen. Yeah. They're right there. They're right there at 7. Yeah, they're right there. They're within reach for if they play like this, they can end 5-1 the rest of the way and probably put themselves in the 8th or 7th spot right away. So we'll see what happens. But to me, remember what I told you guys. It doesn't matter to me. Just end the season strong and then be a pain in the ass in the playoffs. Get out of the play-in and then take on Cleveland. We know you're not going to beat them, but dude, if you surprise them once or twice, it's a phenomenal way to end the season. Okay, after all the shit, because one of the things I love about what we're watching is it's like Bob Seger would say, turn the page. They never got to turn the page. And they were in the middle of this whole soap opera and this whole drama. And then they were, okay, finally the divorce happened. And then now all of a sudden, the responsibilities, and this is why I said, this is why I want this, because I want to find out what I have. I want to see you guys develop. I want to see you guys play. I want to see you guys go through hell. Check out the tape from the video from a couple months ago. I said it over and over again. I told Ira, this is what I want. I want to watch the young guys. I want to see who's who. I want them to go through hell. I want them to lose. I want them to have rough losses. I didn't want them to lose 10 straight, but is there anything better to put you through the fire to find out if you got some balls, some character, some toughness, and belief in yourself? Well, I mean, don't we all get our asses kicked, right? We breakups, we have divorces, we lose jobs, we lose the people we love, we have death in our families, whatever. We go through all kinds of disappointing things in life. Sometimes in the same damn month, you had a car accident, you lost your dog, and you had a breakup, and you're at a freaking all-time low or something. You know what I mean? And then you got to find a way to pick yourself up from that. And then that's when it shows your character. That you're not going to give up and you're going to find a way to overcome. That's kind of what it's all about. And that's what we're watching. And I don't give a shit that they were missing a couple guys. Bro, they had their 2 stars. Miami doesn't have stars. because Bam and Tyler are not stars. We'll get to that in a minute. But they had their start, just like the whole Golden State game. Bro, Jimmy Butler was the star of this team. He's gone. It was Jimmy and then everybody else. Well, everybody else beat his ass. So, and I know the other teams weren't great. Well, guess what? They were losing to a lot of shitty teams. Last time I checked, how many shitty teams did they lose to throughout the year? A bunch. So all of a sudden now they figured out how to play together as a team with character, with toughness, with selflessness on offense. That's what we're watching. And that's why they won last night. They played like a freaking team. And by the way, for a team that has no stars, they were missing Wiggins, who's could be arguably their best player, second best player, third best player, whatever, but a guy that's needed. Duncan Robinson has been one of their best shooters for years now. And Nikola Jovic is a missing piece. That kid can play. He's just raw. You're watching my guy play now, who's raw. How do you like that 3-game stretch by Pele Larson? All good all around. Good everywhere. That's what you need. And that's what's going on. You got the little guard doing his job. You got Larson doing his job. Everybody's contributing. Highsmith is doing his job. You know, everybody's complimenting. And I got to say something. They're not stars. But I got to tell you something. Bam and Tyler right now during this stretch are playing like leaders. They're showing up every night and giving them the base of 40, 50 points every night. And then everybody else, Anderson and whoever it is, compliments. Yesterday, Anderson had his night. And by the way, shame on you now. You idiots out there that were trying to question Spo. Don't do that. The guy's proven more than over and over and over again his greatness. Okay, all the shit was gone. Everything was finally washed out. It just doesn't happen overnight, and you got to give people time to figure shit out. And that's exactly what he's been able to do. Plus, these are young guys that have never been in this position. Bam and Tyler have really never been put in a position where they have to lead night in and night out. They've always had a leader above them, and then they follow the lead. Now they have to set the tempo, and that's all new to them. And then everybody else has to find their way. And then you add the Andersons of the world, you know, and all of a sudden they've got to adjust to what's going on. And so he has done a marvelous job. Unlike the football coach for the Miami Dolphins, who does a piss poor job of trying to bring all the elements together because he has no skills in that, this guy makes Gordon Ramsay look like he belongs in Burger King. Okay? He makes Bobby Flay look like he should be selling funnel cakes. All right? I don't know. You want me to keep naming cooks? I'm not really good with it, but I came up with a couple there. That's all I can do. But there is no better chef in town. And it's not at Runway 84, and it's not in any other place than over there at the Miami Arena. Or the Kaseya Center, I'm sorry. And his name is Eric Spoelstra. That's the best chef in town. Okay? There's no restaurant anywhere that has a better chef than that guy. And those of you that were questioning the guy, shame on you, dude. It's embarrassing. This guy's the best coach in the NBA. The best coach in the NBA. And he still doesn't have a star. And he's maximizing the shit out of whatever he has. And it just takes time. But you have all kinds of crap go on, and eventually he figures it out.
And man, by the way, that pass that Larson made when he penetrated into the center of the paint and then he threw it out was it was it the little guard that hit the three? Mitchell? Was I think it was Damian Mitchell, right? Is it Damian Mitchell? Davion Mitchell. Whoever it was. That was, and I don't know if you saw that there was a timeout after that, and Larson's coming off the court, and Caron Butler is looking at him like, young man. That vision, that pass, that was a 10-year veteran type of pass. Young people like you aren't supposed to do stuff like that. That pass that Larson put from inside the paint out, that shit was, and it was no look. Okay? The shit was no look. I'm pretty sure it was Davion Mitchell that hit the three. That was nice, dude. That was nice. My guy Larson, let's see. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 of 3 from three-point range. What else? 15 points. Wizards, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. And 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Those are his last 3 games. I don't know, man. I love that kid. You guys know, if you've watched this show for a while, I have loved that kid from the get-go. I just see dog. And when I see dog, you can't teach that shit. And then if you have skills, okay, let's see if you can polish it up to become a basketball player. Okay. And this kid he's polishing up those skills. Sometimes they can't. Okay. Sometimes they've got the moxie, they've got the balls, but they just can't put it all together. This kid might be able to, man, because he just fills the entire stat sheet. Love what I'm seeing from the team. It really is a lot of fun. Khalil Ware doing his thing. It's just really like it, man. I really like it. What about if they do get healthy? What about if they get Jovic back and you get Wiggins back and you can get the poor Duncan. He's had to deal with that lower back issue thing for 2 years now, bro. I feel bad for Duncan, dude.
Yeah, backs do not they don't heal that well.
No, I know.
Usually, I don't know if there's anything you can do to make it stronger. But also the thing is, I mean, if they do get healthy and they get those timely injuries,
right?
They I mean, like what happened with the Embiid and John.
Dude, all I'm asking for is play respectable basketball. That's all I'm asking for. All I'm asking for is what you're doing now. I tweeted out last night. This is Heat basketball. And if you lose, dude, we know what kind of talent you have, how young you are, how inexperienced you are, all of that stuff. You're overcoming all of that shit. And to do it after a 10, that's the other thing. To go through all this hell back and forth for the last couple of years with this guy, and then finally it came to an ugly crescendo, and then you have a 10-game losing streak, and you have the balls and the character and the will and the determination to come out of that. And we all knew that last night was the test. Okay, so you won 5 in a row, mostly bad teams. You're not a great team either, by the way, but it's not like, I love how we judge them like if they're really a great team. But anyway, they beat the teams and they beat the Warriors with the star that was on their team. So they had the star, Miami didn't, and they won. Last night, they had their 2 stars. I don't want to hear about Porzingis out. I don't give a shit that they had 3 guys out. Miami had 3 guys out too, and they have no stars. And they beat the Celtics with their 2 lead stars. So, although you saw that stat of theirs, they have lost every first game from a road trip. They just went 6-0 on a road trip. They came back and lost. All year long, 3-5. Every time they come back from a road trip, they lose the first game at home. So it is an MO for them on top of that last night. So if any of you guys you gamble and you play, what's that called? Trends. That's a freaking trend. So let's see. The mom from How I Met Your Mother, Christine Minoli, was in the Penguin too. She was? Well, she's up for taxes. I thought I saw Ludacris playing for the Celtics, number 20. Sam the Man. Let's see. Think Blue Dodgers is saying, telling NorCal nothing hits like Cali weed. Juan Rosa, Celtics fans making excuses. We're missing guys, they say. I don't even, it's a bunch of shit. The Heat were missing guys too. The Heat were missing one of their, supposedly like the top guy they got for Jimmy Butler. So, they had their 2 stars, bro. No excuses. More Pele, please. Plus 97 in win streak. Davion is a dude taking on Tatum. Yeah, he's a dog. Kid can play. His thing is just, can he be consistent offensively? Can you count on him? And lately, he's been hitting the shots, man. I got to give Davion Mitchell credit. He's played a little better offensively lately than I expected. Yes, Larson plays fearlessly. That's what I love about him. I said when I first saw him that I compared him not in the player in sense, but Drazen Petrovic. There was another guy that played for the Warriors also. A very forceful European player, because a lot of European players are kind of more finesse. Larson has got dog in him. And Drazen Petrovic played like that. He was fearless. And then there was another guy that played for the Warriors. I'm trying to remember, I could picture him with the brown hair, kind of like a bowl cut, had the mustache. Marshallonis. Luis Benito, you son of a bitch. Sharonis Marshallonis. Nice job by you, bro. Okay? Nice job by you. Okay? So Sharonis Marshallonis and Drazen Petrovic were kind of like a different wave of European player that we were getting. It was like a dude that had like a street culture from wherever he came from. And when I watch Larson, I watch him in that ilk, that he's the guy that plays tough, fearless, and I like that. And then if you can polish the skills, then you got yourself a basketball player, because fundamentally he wants to dive on the floor for loose balls. Fundamentally, he wants to defend. Fundamentally, he's going to pick up fouls because he's going to get in your grill. You know what I mean? His disposition is that he is going to attack. And like last night, the guy backed off of him and he goes, "Oh, you're going to back up? Okay, I'll take the 3." Boom. And he nails it. I love it, man. I love it. And I like how Davion Mitchell last night, and at times, he knows he has speed. Use it, bro. And he gets people off balance, and then he can attack. And if your shot's not falling, and that's the other thing that I like about the Heat and I like about Larson. All those trips to the line you were missing from Butler, Pelé Larson he's welcome aboard. I just really like what I'm seeing. That's all. It's respectable. It's professional. They give a shit. They're trying. That's all I can ask for as a fan, dude. I get it. You got to get a star. I understand that. And I understand fiscally the problems you're in and everything else and all that. Whatever, bro. But let's get the bullshit out of the way. The bullshit's out of the way. Let's get back to being what you used to be. What you've always been. A team that gives a shit about playing the game night in and night out. And that's what I've watched. I've watched a team that gives a shit about playing, and now it's paying off for them. It's really cool, man. Really, really cool. Really cool. Wherever this season ends, if you play like this, it's going to end on a positive note for me. And that's all I can ask for. Okay? Jimmy ain't getting shit over there in the Warriors, whatever. They're not winning anything. Have fun, get your money. I'm glad they got out of that. And I'm glad they're moving on. And now I get to see the young guys. And now I get to find out, what do we have for the future? Oh, shit. Pelé Larson. Oh, shit. Khalil Ware. Yeah, these are guys I can build on. Yeah, maybe we got some role players you want to keep around now. And now you become a sexier team because now you're watching a team that can win without a star. Imagine if you had one. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe I get proven wrong, and all of a sudden, one of the two guys, Bam or Tyler, elevates to star level. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I love about this. They've been thrown into the fire, and now we're going to find out who's who. That's awesome. I think that's fantastic because now we find out what's what, and it's not masked by any veterans and stars. It's cool. When Pele threw the ball back at Tatum was legendary. Yeah, I mean, Larson is just he's just dog, bro. Yeah. Rosendo, good afternoon to you. Says the world is going upside down. The Heat beat the Celtics. The Marlins are winning, and Bitcoin is going in the wrong direction. Yeah, it's actually been pretty strong. So for it to hold where it's been holding, considering everything going on, it's actually held very, very, very strong. I would have expected it to fall even more with all the scary stuff going on, but have no fear, because as it gets worse, that's when it's going to start getting stronger. And that's when it's going to explode. It'll explode whether the markets explode, or it'll explode if the economy implodes. Watch. That's the magic of it. And you'll see. It's going to happen. One way or the other. I hope it's the good way. I hope that after all this crap in the back end of the year, we're in a much better place and things are headed in the right direction. But if they're not, everything will take hits except Bitcoin. That's the one thing that's going to absolutely explode. Mark my words on that. Let's see. Man, haven't heard that name for ages. Yes, sir. Big O, I think Pele Larson plays like Dan Marley. Yes, yeah, he has that kind of he has that Thunder Dan type of play to him. Sure. Yeah. A deadlift shrimp. Yeah. I can see some of that. Slow-mo Anderson balled out as well. He's just a smart player that knows how to use his body. As I said before, whether it's Mark Jackson as an older player, as he would just slow down and he did that whole backing you down and all that, or Adrian Dantley, who played an old man's game. Paul Pierce, as he got older, played an old man's game using his body. What's it called? The guy that played forever, Joe Johnson in Atlanta. Not young Joe Johnson, but old Joe Johnson played an old man's game, and that happens to a lot of basketball players. Some, it's their game naturally, like an Adrian Dantley, okay? Just like Anderson. Some guys, they naturally play slow like that because they know how to use their bodies and spacing and things like that. That's what the magic is. It's like a 4-5 receiver named Jerry Rice becoming the best receiver in the history of the NFL. He goes and comes out of Mississippi Valley State and runs a 4-5 something, has a terrible 40, and yet he becomes the greatest receiver of all time. Why? Because he wasn't the fastest. He was never the fastest. He looked like he was the fastest because he ran the best routes, because he knew how to set you up, and then he knew how to cut to then create the space he wanted. And once he created that space, you weren't going to catch it, and it was over. So there's a lot of technique to a lot of that kind of stuff, you know? So the slow man has been around basketball forever. Moses Malone. Moses Malone was a big man that was electrifying, dunking, moving the world for many years. And then he got old. And then all of a sudden he played a slow old man game, but he had the body that could do it. Zach Randolph did that also. Jumped this far off the ground, all of that, played the slow man game. This has been around basketball forever. This is nothing new. Ryan Anderson is just part of a long list of players for those of us that have been watching basketball for a long time. There are those guys that just, they know how to play with their bodies, and they know how to space the defender with their body and then the ball. And you weren't going to get to the ball. And that's what Ryan Anderson does. And it looks awkward. But if you watched all those other guys that I've talked about, and there's many others, they did the same shit, dude. Same shit. And you can last long in this league like that, as long as you have a brain and you know how to play the game. That's all. And the guy has a brain. Yeah. So he got younger. Jimmy is going to see the Warriors retire before his eyes. Right. They will all break down. I agree. Let's see. Big O, congrats. It's 5 years on the YouTube platform. What are you most happy about this? Also, to cover the first title of the Stanley Cup Panthers on this platform. Anthony, you know, my favorite thing is what I talked about the other day. My favorite thing is Ho Yoon, is Anthony Kyle Campos. It's Brian Landis. That's my favorite thing. It's Chase One, you know. It's Pat in Asheville. That's my favorite thing. Is I know I don't broadcast for everybody because there's a bunch of people that sometimes are just jerks and they really don't care about the platform. They don't visit our sponsors. They don't make donations. They don't hit the like button. They're just looking for me to make a mistake or something, you know. And so for me, outside of being able to work with Bill, my best friend, and start the platform and build it up, and then to be with this guy for the last few years on many projects, on top of this, which is the base of everything, and then, you know, the satisfaction of being able to do it on my own, that I don't rely on a corporation, and that there's lots of sponsors that are willing to support our platform, and that there are fans that are support our platform and support our sponsors and support us and however they can. To me, it's relationships. It's NorCal. You know, last night he's sending me a video of a band he listened to so I can check it out. You know, it's shit like that, dude. You know, it's people like that. It's Ocala Joe and Lourdes. It's, you know, it's Ray. It just goes on and on. It's Brett at Caneswear, you know, who's been with me for years. It's Steve and Hylia Park and Mr. Brunetti and the Brunetti family. That's what that the family that we have of sponsors, of listeners, real supporters, you know, because there's some of you out there that are a bunch of phonies, and I know, and that's why I don't take a lot of shit. But those of you that get to know me, you'll end up with a friend because you get to know me for real and you know who I am. But to me, that's the most satisfying thing. I don't have to answer to a damn thing, dude. I don't answer to nobody. I got the freedom. He and I have traveled more than we would have with a radio station, right? Right? I think. You know? And who knows, if God willing and, we get the support, the show might even go to Spain for a week and do it at a Dolphins bar in Spain that exists, which is like that's what I love too. I've been able to do it at Dolphin bars at Flagler Beach, in Manhattan. It's in Buffalo, in Las Vegas, in Seattle, in Los Angeles. That's freaking awesome. And we're not done. So the personal connections, to me, that's what it's all about. And I am motivated every day by you people out there. Look, Eric from EJD just signed on right now. I see there, that all these people are the reasons why I'm motivated to do this, to be quite honest. And I know, listen, lately, I don't work hard at getting guests anymore, to be quite honest. I've been straight pretty much talk show, and I kept the sponsors, and we'll get a bunch of guests now leading up to the draft. Got to be honest, I haven't really been working hard at that end. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all of you out there. I love the support that you guys have given us for 5 years. And that's, to me, that's the impressive part, that we've been able to be here for 5 years on our own without anybody, no corporation that we have to answer to. We don't work for CBS or NBC or QAM or anybody else. And we don't have any politics involved, which I think, Sean, that's one thing we appreciate, right? Outside of YouTube, a little bit of a pain in the ass because we can't play stuff. But, yeah, that's the most satisfying thing, Anthony, is being able to do the show and knowing there are people like Ray Grullon, who, my God, Ray has been supportive of this platform from the get-go. He brings us presents. He comes out to Acura all the time. My wife wears one of the sweaters that he gave us all the time. I mean, it's just, this is what motivates me. The Lenny Peñas of the world, certain names that I see. Those are the things that motivate me. People that I've seen for years already now on the platform. That's what I love about this whole thing. That those connections. Those are the ones. And we add a little bit every year. We add a little bit, And the good thing is to know that down the line, maybe I'll run into Willie in Colombia. Maybe Ocala Joe and Lourdes and my wife and myself will be hanging out, having some fun in Panama and Costa Rica. Ray might be out there with us, I might be in Spain or in Los Angeles or somewhere with NorCal having a good time. That to me is so cool. Maybe I'm in Buffalo having dinner with Lisa, like we did when we went to Buffalo and we hung out. She was out there with us for the game, and then we went to dinner, and then she comes down and hangs out. She went to a concert with me and the wife. She was down. To me, that's what it's all about, dude. Chris Syria, who comes in and out of the platform every once in a while. He lives in New York. You know how I met that guy? A friend now, but a supporter of my radio show and now platform. We were doing Hard Knocks for HBO. And that year they were featuring the Jets and I got to have a snack and all that. The fat guy, Rex Ryan. So it was the year of Rex Ryan and all that stuff. And so they were covering that Hard Knocks, and they were out in New York and Cortland. And so they sent us out there, and I was out there for a couple of days. And if anybody remembers, I spun every interview I had with a Jet player into a Dolphin interview. It was magical. It was beautiful. But anyway, and he knew I was coming out, and he knew I wanted to go to Cooperstown. And he goes, hey, I know you don't know your way around. I'll take you to Cooperstown. And he had a connection, too, to get into Cooperstown and all that. So he took the time without knowing. And since that day, Chris and I are friends. And he was, Chris visited us at Caneswear a couple months back when he was in town. That's what this is all about, dude. That's what this is all about. So, sometimes the stuff that I'm talking about doesn't really motivate me that much anymore. A lot of it is very like it repeats. It's a cycle that I've seen, in 50 years of watching sports and following sports, and the 35 years of doing this. A lot of this stuff bores the shit out of me already because I've kind of seen it already. Like I told you yesterday. I told you the year before I put out the video on August of 2024. I told you guys this upcoming season, Mike McDaniel will put himself on the hot seat next year. And then I think it was yesterday, the day before, I told you we're 3 years away from the first year of the rebuild, right? So what I said, that if these guys fail this year, okay, they have to get through the Tyreek deal this year, and then if Tua doesn't work out, they have to get through the Tua deal 2 more years, this coming season and the year after, and then in year 3, which means that next year, if this fails this year, next year you hire the new coach, and then the new coach has to go through cleaning the house, and then really his first year of rebuilding is 3 years from now. And by the way, you can mark this tape if you want to, or from earlier in the week, and we'll play it 2 years from now if this fails like the way I'm telling you. So for me, it's like a lot of this stuff I've seen before. I know what's going to go on. It's like, there's a reason why a lot of the shit that I predict ends up happening. Some stuff I know, like the Calais Campbell. I told you, he's gone to Baltimore, or if somebody's crazy enough to give the 40-year-old more money, he'll go. And then Arizona, obviously, because Baltimore wasn't offering that kind of money. They were offering around the same kind of money of Miami. He was never coming back here, but whatever. Those are the kind of things that I have insight on. But some of the other stuff, like the hot seat year, I've been here before. I've seen this. So what keeps me going more is you guys, more than anything else. So if it's not for you guys, it just will not continue. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Let's see. Will Smith says, let the kids cook, Big O. Adam Simon is building a great team. Hey, man, listen, if they listen to me, Jimmy Butler wouldn't have been here for the last 2 years. I would have gotten a whole boatload of picks for Jimmy Butler, and that would have given Simon and the boys even more material to build. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's move on. And, Chase once says, you are the last frontier. This is the grassroots, and it can't be faked. Amen to that. It definitely is all from here. That's for sure. I'm not. That's the other thing. I don't do this show with a shtick. That everything's like comical and everything's kind of a joke, or play the fan role or some shit like that, or play the hater role or anything. No, dude, I'm not. Let's just call it the way it is, and that's it. So, thank you, Eric, by the way. Skylar Tipton. Thank you, Ray Sosa. Too kind. Thank you, Gus. Appreciate it. Oh, where's the other opening song, the rock version, the hidden gem? Dude, I'm working on that badly. I've been trying, but, one guy has it, but he can't get the man to sing. So I need a rock band. I need somebody that has a rock band with a real singer that can. I have the song, I have the lyrics. It's all there. All they have to do is redo it. But I'm having trouble. So, unless I can find a rock band I'm not rich, dude. So I got to find a rock band that's willing to do it for us, So it is what it is. And by the way, D Mao, you want to step up and a rock band that's willing to reproduce it, let's go. I have it, but it has QAM all over it, and that doesn't fly here. It's there's more to all of this, and it takes, It takes some effort. It takes some money. It takes the people that you got to know and all that. You know, everybody's great at asking, but, you know, it takes more to get it all done, bro. Thank you, Rosendo. Big O, how was Cooperstown is magical, perfect, the best Hall of Fame that exists. And I'm a football guy. The greatest Hall of Fame that has been built. I haven't been to the NBA one. I got to go. But I've been to the baseball and football. And I got to tell you something, bro. The baseball one and the whole Cooperstown, the bars, the restaurants, the Doubleday Field, all of that shit. It's like a slice of Americana. The town is like cookie cutter straight out of the 50s and the 60s, dude. Picket fence houses, you know, just beautiful little town. And Cooperstown, that downtown, oh my God. It's just heaven, bro. Heaven. I still have my Mike Schmidt jersey I bought there. Because growing up, I was a Phillies fan as a kid. And the Mike Schmidt trio, Rose, you know, all that stuff, Taylor, Boone, all those, that was, you know, Steve Carlton, those were my teams back in the day. And so Mike Schmidt was my guy. That's my favorite baseball player of all time. So when I went there, they've got a whole bunch of stores of memorabilia and all of that. And I bought a Phillies Schmidt jersey, you know, and that was awesome. It was awesome. I really had a great time. And I always, and I'm grateful my entire life. I'll be grateful to Chris for taking me there and helping me enjoy one of the best sports experiences I've ever had in my life. You know, I got to say, one of the best I've ever had was with you. Zach, Hall of Fame. It's one of my favorite sporting things that we've ever done. We hung out with a shit ton of Dolphin fans. Yeah. We got our one-on-one with Zach because I've known him forever. We got to cover the event and all that. That was one of my favorites, dude.
Yeah, no, it was definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Food was good, too.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. That was awesome. That was one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Let's see. What else do we have? So, by the way, if you're a baseball fan or a kind of baseball fan, just go to Cooperstown and, my God, it's so perfect. Orlando Damas has spoken. Well,
the Sportstradamus has spoken.
That's how we do it here, Pat. You were locked and loaded for that. You saw it, huh? You saw it. Thank you, Ocala Joe. Thank you, Brett. Let's see. If someone's having a show that doesn't have an agenda, that's what makes the show great. Let's see. Big O, let's have a segment about your favorite sandwich.
That'd probably be the most boring sandwich ever.
Yeah, that's he's right about that.
You're not a big. It's like
there's not a lot of variety.
No, it's not.
Yeah, my parameters are pretty limited.
Here's a glazed donut
or an old fashioned.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. No chocolate, no sprinkles, no berry, no strawberry, no cream, no nothing. Yeah, he's right.
Or
my sandwich is
the sandwich is chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
plain
lettuce, tomatoes, and if it's a sub, we'll add oil and vinegar.
Okay, I didn't know you added oil and vinegar.
Yeah, on a sub, yes. Can't do it on a chicken sandwich. But you know, but if I get like like an Italian sub or a turkey, I add oil and vinegar.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right. Except in this one place, I don't add oil and vinegar. Because the last time I went to this place, and I don't want to mention them because it's not fair, but because I don't think every other place does it because I've eaten the sub. But this one sub shop that's close to my house, bro, they made my sub swim in that shit. And that's not the way it goes. Subways? Oh, Subway. But yeah, I would be a boring sandwich guy, unfortunately. He's right about that. No variety for me. I'm really lame in that sense. When he's right, he's right. Can't
Here's 2 pieces of bread. Here's turkey.
I just went
2 tomatoes.
I just went to Chick-fil-A.
But not too much lettuce. There's your sandwich.
I just went to Chick-fil-A. I had the chicken sandwich with lettuce and tomatoes only, the wrap, no bread, no nothing. And then they give you like a little paper so you can eat it that way. That was my lunch. That was my lunch. And you know what? It was freaking delicious, bro. I'm sorry, boring and delicious. So Lenny says, I appreciate what you and Sean do on a daily basis, Big O. Happy 5-year YouTube anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, let's not get into my least favorite dog from Dairy Queen. Damn it. Oil and vinegar makes it too soggy. In that place, it made it swim. But I mean, if you got a nice sub and you just a little oil and vinegar, just a little for flavor purposes, not bad. But Jesus Christ, dude. Now, you want to go somewhere where they do subs the right way, you go to the Big Cheese. Oh, they got all kinds of subs. They got all kinds of pizza. They got lasagna. They got baked ziti. They got cheese ravioli. They got eggplant parmesan. They got the spaghetti parmesan. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And the dishes, you can get in tomato sauce. You can get it Alfredo sauce, meat sauce, pink sauce. Mix it up. Visit our friends at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, 305-662-6855. Go there. The garlic rolls are to die for. BigCheeseMiami.com. All right. Go to Sonny's Hoagies in Hollywood for the best cheese steaks. Been open since 1950s. Cash only. Was on Guy Fieri. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll try it one day. Today I'm going home, straight home, because my daughter is cooking. So, and she does some great dinners, dude. She's making some great meals. Woo! I am spoiled. Some home-cooked meals. I normally, most of my life outside of when I was a kid, I haven't been getting much home-cooked meals. That's been amazing. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Listen, if your company or corporation, your school, whatever it is, your club, you need some shirts for a trip or a party or a picnic, like one of our listeners that has a company that needed shirts for a picnic. And that's what he called 3A Graphics, sent them the logo and all that. They made the shirts for him, the sizes they needed, sent it over, got it done right away. You can do the same thing if you got a picnic, or I don't know, you guys are all going to Universal or down to the Keys or something, or you need uniforms for your business or whatever it is. Call 3A Graphics and tell Alan Blanco that you need his help. Custom printing and embroidery. 786-618-1443. That is his cell number right there. The Heat, they got it done against the Celtics, 124-103. They've won 6 in a row, baby. 1 game behind the Hawks for the 8th spot. There's 6 games left. They've got Memphis tonight, and the Grizzlies are favored by 4.5. Now, the Grizz are 2-8 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row, 2-8 in their last 10. I'm just saying. But it is a back-to-back, so it's tough for Miami. Over and unders 224. We'll see what happens. Panthers struggling a little bit, but nothing to be concerned about. They're 44-27-4. Relax, dude. They're fine. They lost to the Leafs 3-2. Reinhardt had a goal and an assist. Bob with 23 saves. Saturday, they're in Ottawa. 2 p.m. for that one. Last night, CONCACAF Champions Cup. InterMiami chokes on the road against LAFC. They get a goal in the 57th minute. Or Dawes, who probably should have gotten a red card, by the way. But anyways, whatever it is, They win 1-0 in that one. So they will have to now play game 2 of this one next Wednesday here at Chase Stadium. And InterMiami, in order to advance, will have to win 3-1 or 2-0. So we'll see, but they've got to win by 2 goals. Sunday, InterMiami is back in MLS action, taking on Toronto at Chase Stadium, 7 o'clock. What else do we have going on? Saturday, Fort Lauderdale United, baby. The ladies are number 1 in the USL Super League standings, and they hit the road. They're going to take on Tampa Bay Sun FC. You can catch it on Peacock, 7 o'clock. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Oh, man. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Remember, folks, you can help the show grow. You can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also on the show, which we always appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And by the way, we are trying to go to Spain. You guys can help us go to Spain. You know, we have broadcasted from coast to coast on different Dolphin bars in the United States. We have yet to broadcast abroad. Okay, or with abroad. It's usually just guys. But anyway, no, seriously, we've never broadcasted from a bar internationally. Well, there's a bar in Spain that we want to broadcast from. So you can help us go to Spain, cover the Dolphins for the week, do our show all week long there, do our pre and post game show. Whatever donation you can make, use that QR code. We would appreciate it immensely. Thank you, thank you, thank you out there, as always. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? By the way, did you see this whole thing with Caitlin Clark and her card? It's crazy shit, dude. Like, this doesn't happen. The things that are happening in women's basketball with her are not happening anywhere else. So apparently, she had a rookie card sold, and it went for a couple of dollars. Over the weekend, a one-of-a-kind 2024 Panini Prism WNBA Signature Gold Vinyl Prism rookie card featuring Clark's signature fetched an astonishing $366,000 at Golden Auctions. That amount set a new benchmark for the most expensive women's sports card ever sold. It easily eclipsed the previous record held by Serena Williams, which sold for $266,400 in 2022. You know, just WNBA. You did it right this year. You put all her games on television. Screwed up with the whole Olympic thing. It's amazing stuff, dude, how she does that. That to me shows how women's sports is growing at a rate that is ridiculous, and good for them and good for us, by the way. Congratulations to some of you out there, because you're not the chauvinistic assholes that we've been throughout our entire existence. You know, congratulations. You're giving women a shot. And again, I'll say it over and over again. If you shoot like a dude, you're going to get dudes to watch. And she's shooting from places that dudes shoot from. In fact, she's shooting from places that some dudes can't shoot from. She's a logo shooter. You know what I'm saying? So the day the ladies get to the point that they're dunking, it will bring more guys over. And that's just kind of the way it is. You know, But impressive, man. Impressive. I'll give you something in sports. Sometimes we need to gather all the information about something before we make a determination about anything. And sometimes we make a determination about something way too early before it actually matters. Goran Dragic. Oh, they're paying him too much. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That contract's that's kind of friendly now. Oh, Tyler Hero. They're paying him. Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay, it's not so out of place right now compared to the rest of the league. You know, things like that happen at times. Oh, Rob Hunt. No, dude, you can't pay a guard $20 million. How dare you? No. Oh, wait a minute. What do great guards go for now? Oh, that's the market now. Now it's $20 million. We found out the Rob Hunt and then everybody else, and that's just kind of where it was going to go. You know, it's kind of happening now. We talked about it. Oh, you can't draft a guard at 13. Well, dude, if the guy plays tackle and guard and you're going to play him at guard, but he's an ass kicker and you're not, oh, he might drop to 18 or 22. We can't draft him at 13. Bro, just take his ass. If he's a good player, who gives a shit? If he turns out to be Rob Hunt, who cares? So I'm good with it. Does he play like Mark Dixon? I'm good with it. Can he play like Jamie Nails did that one year, 2 years for like the next 10? I'm good with it. Is he going to be Larry Little? Oh, I'm in love. Who cares, bro? Can he play? So sometimes we need to kind of look at everything going on and say, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Some things might make sense. And one of them that might make sense is Arthur Blank. So the story was, wait a minute, you just signed Kirk Cousins. Why would you draft Michael Penix? That's stupid. That makes no sense. Okay, so now we found out that Kirk Cousins didn't come back as strong from that injury, and they ended up going to Michael Penix anyways. So it was good that they drafted Michael Penix because now they had a backup plan. So now the backup plan is too expensive. And maybe they do trade him, and maybe they don't. But Arthur Blank made it sound at the owners' meetings like, hey, man, if I got to pay him, that's fine. He's a terrific human being. He's not a disruptive human being like Jimmy Butler. He didn't say that. I'm just adding that part. But what I'm saying is he's saying like that Kirk Cousins is a decent human being. He's not going to be raising a stink, which is true. Kirk Cousins is a team player. He asked for the money. He's getting the money. He's getting paid. Maybe he gets traded to Cleveland. Maybe he gets traded somewhere else that they need a quarterback. Whatever. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. But, you know, we need to change our thinking. Not only do we need to change our thinking because maybe the Falcons are doing or attempting to do what Green Bay has done so successfully now for 30 years. You realize it's 30 years, right? Favre to Rodgers to now Love. That's 30 years. Okay, so for 30 years, they have known how to pass the torch. So maybe the Falcons wanted to try the Green Bay way. And so now we're going to criticize the Falcons for taking Penix, which may end up being the right move if the kid works out, right? And now we're going to criticize him if they keep him on the roster because he's too expensive. How about we do this? How about we just say Arthur Blank is a great freaking owner? Not because he hasn't won a title, just like Stephen Ross, but because he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. And in a league where all we see sometimes, or leagues that we see people that penny pinch, and they're worried about this, and they're dying to get rid of that, and they're trying to unload this salary, and they're dying to cut here or that. Bro, the Falcons don't cry poor. The guy's not whining about it. He's willing to pay the guy if that's what it's what it takes. How about saying, you know, just like with Stephen Ross, I know he hasn't gotten the right combination, but damn, the dude is willing to do whatever it takes to win. Whatever you tell them, hey, sir, we need this to win. Here you go. And instead of criticizing Arthur Blank, I think we need to kind of like give him a lot of love and a lot of credit for this is an owner that's committed to winning, bro. Winning. And if they make the mistake and they pay Bobrovsky all that money and he doesn't turn out, well, then guess what? Did you hear Viola Sifu cry poor? Did you hear him whine about that the first couple of years? Not at all. You know what they did? They went and got more stars. And then it worked out for them. So Arthur Blank's not crying poor. He's not worried that you took Penix even though you paid Cousins. And he's not worried that you have to you're going to pay Cousins if you have Penix. But somehow or another, we just want to find a way to complain and bitch about anything. When we should be commending the hell out of that franchise for doing whatever it takes to get a quarterback. Will it work out? I don't know, dude. I'm not sure if Penix is going to work out. I'm not even the biggest Kirk Cousins believer as it is. But I commend you for your incredible dedication to trying. So Arthur Blank, bro, all you're going to get from me is props, dude. Nice job. Sub Center in Hollywood is really good. It's been there. I've been a Sub Center. It's a good one. I've been there. I've tried that. Sonny's Hoagies is close to MacArthur High. Okay. Big O, my wife made picadillo yesterday. So freaking good. Caitlin should have a Clark bar as a sponsor. I don't get that one. What does that mean? As a sponsor?
Caitlin Clark bar.
Oh, Caitlin Clark. I got it now. I'm sorry. I got confused.
Caitlin was spelled wrong, but
yeah, right. Well, my Caitlin is spelled with a K. So I thought he was talking about my Caitlin for cooking dinner or something.
Oh.
So I'm going, Caitlin should have.
Oh, you're thinking even, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking my Caitlin, my daughter.
I wasn't even thinking.
And she's spelled with a K. Okay? Although my Caitlin is spelled different. I spelled it, because I am the one that created the spelling for my daughter, Kaytlin. You probably don't know another Caitlin like that. That's not how they spell Caitlin the way you spelled it, sir. Right there with a K. When you spell it with a K, that's how you spell it. Everybody spells it like that. The same way they switch the K and the C, and they have the AIL. I did it the other way. I did Kaytlin. So I spelled Caitlin in a different way. So I gave it a little different spin. So there aren't a lot of my Caitlins around. While it's a common name, not the way I spelled my daughter's name. So when you put it with a K, I thought you were talking about my daughter. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, by the way, goes to Moody's Dental. Right there. There's the Moody's family. In charge. Large and in charge. Dad, by the way, okay, has not only created tools and techniques that dentists all over the world are using. So, just in case your family needs to keep it clean, or you need to fill a cavity, or maybe Invisalign, you want to straighten out those teeth, cosmetic surgery, dental implants. My wife needed a dental implant. Call our friends at Moody's Dental. All right. If you live in Dade, 305-821-0231, Plantation, 954-692-6825 for Moody's Dental, or visit them on Instagram at moodius.dental. There you go. Yes, sir, Brian. That's where the confusion was happening. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, folks. Those of you that are watching. Let me get to a little music and other things before I get to some Dolphins talk, because I do have a little Dolphins talk for you guys. It's really funny. The Mike McDaniel story I have today is quite hilarious, actually. I mean, I really don't. This guy's got some balls. Anyway, what else do we have here? Let's go with birthdays today for musicians. Who was born on this date? Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, born on this date in 1968. Mike Ness, guitarist, vocalist for Social Distortion, born in 1962. Simon Raimondi, musician from the Cocteau Twins. Wow, I haven't heard of the Cocteau Twins since the 90s. In 1961 on this date, Eddie Murphy, my girl wants to party all the time, party all the time. Born in 1961 on this date. Let's see. Tony Orlando, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Born on this date in 1944. Make sure you knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipes. If that answer is no, he was born in 44. Richard Manuel, Canadian composer, singer, multi-instrumentalist, best known as pianist and lead singer and occasional drummer of The Band. Born in 1943. Jan Berry, who was with Ian and Dean, Surf City. That's right, baby. Written by Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. We lost Berry in 2004. Born in 1941 on this date. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Doris Day, born on this date in 1924. That's a name. That's a blast from the past. All right, let's go with other famous people. Oh, so sad. Amanda Bynes. She looks so cute here when she was like, in her heyday. She's 39 now. That poor young lady went through some hell, dude. And probably still going through it. Alec Baldwin is 67 years old today. Also celebrating birthdays today. Marlon Brando was born in this date in 24. We lost him in 2004. Tommy Haas, tennis player, is 47. Adam Scott, TV actor, is 52. Leona Lewis, pop singer, 40. Why have I heard that name? She's good looking, by the way. At least in this picture, she looks good, man. Where have I heard? You know what? I'm going to click it just to see what the hell she sings. British pop singer was discovered on TV talent on The X Factor. Debut album Spirit went 10 times platinum in the UK, became the 4th best-selling album of the 2000s, collaborated with many artists. Her single Bleeding Love reached number 1 in over 30 countries around the world. That must be the song that I have heard before. It seems like I know who Leona Lewis is, but damn, that is a stunning picture. I don't know if you can see that. Does that look good? Leona Lewis. Stunning, I gotta say. Stunning looking woman, dude. Kobe Smulders, How I Met Your Mother. She is 43. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? Gabriel Jesus, futbolista, is 28. And that is it. Sean Stanley, sir, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir, we do. Tiger Jeet Singh turns 81. Tasha Steeles, she's 37. The great Lance Storm turns 56. James Drake is 32. And Alex Marvez turns 54. Those are your birthdays for April 3rd, 2025. And real quick, happy birthday to my nephew,
Wait a minute.
Michael.
Did you say like Alex Marvez, like my buddy, the writer?
Yeah, he's an announcer for AEW. He's
Yeah.
with AEW all the time, yeah.
He's 54 today?
He is 54 today.
Okay, I'll send this son of a bitch a text now. I don't know why. And send him a happy birthday. He's such a good dude, bro.
No, he's good. He's a good dude.
Oh, great dude, bro. Love him. Love him. Love him. All right, good shit. All right, nice job. All right, let's move over to music history because, you know, something happened today in music history, or maybe many things happened today in music history. We start off in 1994. A forthcoming tour by Nirvana and some other band there was canceled amid continuing speculation about Cobain's drug problems. In 2003, Linkin Park hit #1 on the album chart with their second record, Meteora. I love both of the first two albums. Hybrid Theory is obviously the gold standard, but Meteora is terrific, dude. I love Meteora. Those first two albums are, I'm good. I can jam those two albums till my last days on earth. In 1969, on this day, Doors singer Jim Morrison turned himself into the FBI in Los Angeles. He was charged with 6 counts of lewd behavior and public exposure from a March 2nd concert here in Miami. That's right. The rocker was later released on a $2,000 bail. In 1991, Paul McCartney recorded an episode of MTV Unplugged. In 2003, tickets for the Beastie Boys Las Vegas benefit for the late Run DMC DJ Jam Master Jay sold out in 24 seconds. In 1975, police were called to Steve Miller's home where they were told he had set fire to his friend's clothes. Authorities arrived to find that friend, Benita De Orio, putting out the flames, but when they tried to take Miller into custody, the singer began fighting with the policemen. They charged Miller with resisting arrest. However, the next day, DeOrio asked for the charges to be dropped, and Miller was set free. Go on, take the money and run. Hoo, hoo, hoo. That's what happened today in music history. About that. By the way, if you're a little bit into the Friday movies, Ice Cube, well, his dream has come true. A 4th Friday movie is going to happen. It's been confirmed by The Hollywood Reporter. Richard Brenner revealed that the studio, which has distributed the past 3 installments of the franchise since it was originally debuted in 1995, recently locked a deal with Cube to return as Craig and write the upcoming film. The details behind the plot and the cast have yet to be confirmed. We're making another Friday, Brenner declared. We just closed a deal with Ice Cube to write it and star, and it's going to be called Last Friday. Mike Epps first broke the news about Last Friday earlier this month. The comedian who portrays Craig's cousin, Day Day, in the franchise revealed that Ice Cube told him about the deal and confirmed his involvement in the 4th film during his appearance on The Breakfast Club. Cube called me the other day and said, we just finished the deal, so we're doing the Last Friday. I haven't seen the script, but I'm pretty sure it's good. And we're going to bring in some new comics. We're going to bring the DC Young Flies and all of them in with the OGs, and it's going to be a good-ass time. Hopefully we can get Chris Tucker in it. We need to get Chris Tucker in that because people still love Chris Tucker. He's still smoky. He laid it down. He positioned me to do it. Chris, if you're listening, we need you, bad boy. Come on back. So we're going to get another Friday. We're going to get the Last Friday. The Last Supper, the Last Friday. You know, not bad. Not bad. I like that. Okay? That is, that's good stuff. I don't know if they're going to be able to, you know, recapture the magic because they usually don't, but we'll see. At least it's good that we'll get another one, and maybe it turns out to be pretty decent. Rosender has happy birthdays to Washington Irving, Boss Tweed, Marlon Brando, Lawton Childs. Oh, Walken Lawton. Jane Goodall and Wayne Newton. Let's see. I think Blue Darter says, remember Day Day tried to hook up with Ice Cube with the little sister that's bigger than the big sister. Yeah. I mean, there are so many lines and so many moments from the first couple of movies. It's a classic, dude. It's a classic. So we'll see if they can recapture it, you know? So, huh? The protagonist?
Yeah, in that one, no.
I don't know. He said they're going to bring in some new comics.
Yeah, so one of them got the stuff.
You got to mix it up too.
Yeah.
You're going to have to mix it up because, you know, life has changed and things, and there's different things that matter nowadays. And so you kind of got to add some of the flavor of today in it to go along with with yesterday, you know? So that's the smart thing on their part, actually. Like, you know, Axel F or whatever, that was so lame. It was so lame because you brought back all the same people and it just looked like a bunch of old dudes trying to relive something that they can't do anymore. You know, it was kind of lame. So that's where I would differ there. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and we always appreciate the support there. As always, many ways to support the show. And, of course, you can make a donation also on PayPal for those of you that are out of the country. That's the easier way to do it. And, of course, we are trying to go to Spain. We have not even gotten to our first stage yet. So if you can help us, that would be absolutely amazing. The QR code is there. Sean Stanley will provide it. Whatever donation you can make would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all out there as always. So, Mike McDaniel. I think Mike McDaniel should try to be a comedian. I don't think he'll be a good one because his jokes probably won't get very far. But he is still part of a comedy show now. And he was on a show, and I'm not going to play the soundbite for you because I just don't want to torture you. You know what I mean? So I'd rather read the quote. And Zach Wilson was picked up as a backup. Most of us really don't believe in Zach Wilson. Most of us think that was a bad decision. Zach Wilson is probably viewed more as a number 3. A guy you want to take a chance on to develop him because he's got natural abilities, but at nowhere in any point has he ever proven that he's a leader, a quarterback, a real quarterback at this level. None. You want your number 2 to be a guy that can actually maybe keep the ship afloat, give you a chance to win. Zach Wilson fills none of those boxes. Okay? So most Dolphins fans are not inspired by that. So here we go, and here's, Mike McDaniel explaining the decision to go with Zach Wilson. I watched every snap of his collegiate career. He was a phenomenal talent, that in my opinion, didn't have reps in an NFL pocket yet. Like at BYU, he was launching it from about 10 or 11 yards deep, and you're not in a phone booth. And in my estimation, there was going to be some nuanced growth to his game that I think it's close to impossible to excel that early in the new form of football that he was playing. What I see in Zach is the experience of being a second pick in the draft, being the starter week 1, and then not fulfilling the rookie contract. That's behind him. So to me, that's an exciting prospect because you can't put a measurement on a human's ability that is huge at the quarterback position. Well, Ryan Leaf had a lot of ability too. And so did Tavares Jackson. There's a lot of guys that have ability. Ryan Mallett had ability. He had a hell of an arm. Doesn't mean he was a good quarterback. And so ability to me don't mean shit. And then here's my other problem with all of this. And here's where we have a problem, me and some of you out there and some in the media. And by the way, Furones is on with us every week. He's one of those guys I completely disagree because he says that all the time, and I think he's wrong. He says, oh, well, Mike McDaniel brought the best out of Tua. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Bro, Tua's going to win regardless. He wins with Flo. He wins with Saban. He's going to win with McDaniel. McDaniel didn't do shit for him. He just gave him some confidence because he believed in him because Flo was such a dick. What happened with the Dolphins was just an extreme. You had one coach that literally hated the player. And then you had the other coach that was willing to give the player a chance. That's it. The guy that never wanted him hated him. That's all. That's all McDaniel did. And then he thought Skylar Thompson could play. So when you're sitting there telling me about Zach Wilson, bro, your credibility is dog shit. You haven't developed a quarterback. You don't know a quarterback. So anything you tell me about this guy means nothing. Nothing at all. So that to me, this is where, the rubber meets the road. And this is why I have no confidence in this season. And I believe the Dolphins settled for Zach Wilson. They wanted Jimmy Garoppolo. They wanted a much better backup because they know deep down inside, I've already told you this, they can't trust Tua anymore. They know that in the building. They know he refuses to take care of himself. But this is just more evidence of why I have no confidence in the 2025 season, because the wrong person is in charge of your football team. And he's going to underperform like he has every year that he's been here. And now he's trying to tell you that Zach Wilson, I should get excited for. Please. He's the only one excited because, the babes in Boca are can't wait for him. All right. We're done with that. All right. We are at Hialeah Park. And folks, don't forget, the $100 no regret first bet is there, baby. So if you happen to have a Hard Rock account, just use a different email or phone number, and you will make your bet and get your $100, which is a beautiful thing. And there he is, the one and only Steve Calabro.
Big O. Great analysis there of Coach McDaniel. Has really never developed a quarterback, but that's like sort of bullshit that talking positive about, his backup quarterback like he's something special.
Or tell me that he did something for Tua when Tua won with a guy that hated him and did everything that he tried to make him fail. Oh, hey, you know what, Tua? We're so excited. We're going to give you your first start against Aaron Donald. Good luck to you, kid.
Yeah, hope you don't get hurt.
Good luck to you, kid. And we've got the line to protect you. Yeah, don't worry about it. That defensive line won't touch you.
Anyhow.
Slammed by Michael Brockers in the first quarter.
It's rough. How about this?
And he won more than he lost with that guy. So it's not, Mike McDaniel does nothing for you, bro.
So how about this? An unlikely scenario, but what do you feel about? And I feel positive. I'm going to give you my 2 cents here. Jackson Dart. We never get.
I love him to trade him at 13. If he can last at 13,
if he's at 13, you almost have to get him.
I'd take him so I can trade him for a bunch of picks.
I'd take him as my backup.
They're trying to save their jobs.
Well,
they're trying to save their jobs.
You're speaking reality. What you're saying is truthful, but what they should do.
But I would use it because I would somebody wants him badly. You tell them, all right, and they got a good guard. Yeah. Okay, now give me a guard and give me 2 picks, and then here's your guy, and then
that would be a good move,
you know what I'm saying?
I tell you what, I think
that's what I would do.
I think of the 3.
I talked about that already. That if Jackson Dart's there, that's an option for the Dolphins.
Big time.
It's guard, defensive tackle, Or Jackson Dart, if he falls to 13 and people really like him and you know that people will move up for him, why not?
I tell you, between the three biggies, Cam, Shador, and Jackson Dart, I think Jackson Dart's going to have a better career in the NFL than the other two.
We'll see. You never know.
You never know, right?
I'm a Shador guy. So
Shador's,
I actually disagree with everybody on the whole Cam. I know Cam's got better physical abilities, but I watched Shador. He's a passer.
Yeah,
and he played behind a terrible line and took an absolute beating and played like a man all the time.
I think he's an amazing athlete. I think he's a great quarterback, but I don't know if he was truly tested in college.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's I think they got 4 or 5 pansy opponents in that conference.
Okay, but if you have no line and you're taking a beating,
yeah, but a pansy, I don't know. We'll see.
It's a Big 12, right? You got a couple.
Colorado, got some good teams.
Colorado's in Big 12. Yeah, you got a couple
some
good
pansies
teams
in there. They
got
5 or 6
but if you have no line and you're getting killed constantly, that's what I loved about him is his toughness. So that's very important at the next level.
Where do you think Shador's going? It's been like all over the map.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're dumb if you let him get out of the top 5, but I don't know, man.
No, but I mean, who? But they're. Do you think he goes to New York? I guess is my question.
Not to the Giants.
You don't think so?
After what they did, I kind of get the feeling they don't want to do. They're not a Shador team.
Well, I mean, if you take Shador and you get rid of DeVito, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they want Shador around those guys. You went deep when you went with both guys. That was weird. Then again, look at what the Giants have been doing. Maybe the Giants are just weird like that.
They are weird. They have been weird.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is weird.
Yeah, and maybe they got burned from all that stuff too.
I think you got to have options in the NFL. I'll tell you what. When
you do make a great point, because you know what? I'll back you up with this. Do you know how Seattle found Russell Wilson?
No.
Okay. So Pete Carroll takes over. He needs a quarterback. Okay. So he goes, all right, we're gonna keep what's it called? We're gonna go and sign Matt Flynn to a big free agent contract because he had 2 games alone for Green Bay. Yeah. And we even had Dolphin fans that were idiots telling me we should sign Matt Flynn. I said, no, I don't want him. So they signed Matt Flynn that year. Then they also kept Tavares Jackson, who they already had experience with, okay, who was a former second-round pick out of Alabama State and had a lot of talent. They went and traded for Charlie Whitehurst, who was the backup in San Diego behind Phillip Rivers, right?
3 now.
And then they drafted Russell Wilson. All 4 in 1 year. They spent the money on the free agent. They went and traded for a backup that is like a veteran. That's what Charlie Whitehurst was.
Yeah, Whitehurst.
His whole career was
kind
of like that. They kept a Tavares who had all the ability to be an NFL quarterback. He just didn't have the accuracy and he couldn't read and react quickly enough. And then they went and drafted Russell in the 3rd round. And then they said, okay, let's see what happens. And Russell shook out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so, I was just talking. I'm glad you brought this up because I just was talking about Arthur Blank right now. And what we need to do is stop trying to criticize the Atlanta Falcons, and we need to praise them. First, we criticize them
You took the words out of my mouth about Penix and the option of Penix and
no, but what I'm saying is first we criticize them like, well, wait a minute, you signed Cousins, Kirk Cousins, and then you go and draft Penix. What kind of shit is that?
No,
well, wait a minute. Maybe you're doing what Green Bay's doing, and they've done for 30 years. They went from Favre to Rodgers to now Love, and they've done the whole thing where they get the guy, they sit him, they produce, learn, and what's going on. So it didn't work out. Cousins didn't come back from the injury. Now Penix is the guy, and then he comes out in the owners' meetings this week and says, "Hey man, I'm willing to pay Cousins, and if he's here, great. He's not going to cause any problems. We're good." So in the end, what we should do is commend the owner for being willing to do whatever it takes
Options.
to get the quarterback.
Options at the best, at the most important position, right?
And so Seattle did that year where they went to all options. So maybe the Dolphins
could create an option.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, certainly, you know, last year we didn't have options, right? I mean, last year was really bad.
Right. And
last year was,
and unfortunately, your quarterback chooses to put you in this position.
Chooses to put you in a position to need options.
Right.
You know,
Because 2 years ago, he chose to play the right way. No problems. He got rid of the ball and he lived for the entire season. And it was a beautiful thing. And you refuse to play like that at Alabama. You refuse to play like that here in the Dolphins. You've only had one aberration, 1 year. So, to back up your point,
options at the quarterback aren't necessarily a bad thing. Could be expensive.
Because you still could get a guard in the second and a defensive tackle in the third.
We'll see.
Because this draft is deep enough for defensive tackles to the third, deep enough that you'll get a guard in the second. So you could do the
Jackson Dart.
I
don't know if he's going to be available. Maybe
he may not be available because
50-50.
it's a desperate league for quarterbacks.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
Blaine Gabbert went in the top 5, and he
I
didn't
love
belong
Blaine.
anywhere there. Okay, you know what I mean? What was that other guy from
Actually-
Central Florida that went in the top 5 and went to Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, he could.
He had a couple of
he could
moments.
He could throw. He
Had a couple moments, but
was
he
a gunner.
did not belong in the top
No,
5.
not a top 5. No,
Whatever.
he-
The guy from Central Florida, you guys know who I'm talking about.
Played in Jacksonville, but anyhow, so now I'm going to change directions, Big O.
Yes.
You know, I was trying to give you a choice and talk about options. No, I'm talking about
Oh,
options.
okay,
I'm talking about options.
I thought we were going to talk about
This past Saturday, we had options for a
Mercedes.
SUV, Mercedes, or a. I didn't see you there. I didn't see you.
I did not.
The guy chose the SUV.
Yeah, I saw it.
He didn't,
I saw it.
He didn't choose the red one. I don't know. And by the way, didn't hesitate. Like, you know, like it was like what
Living here.
Because we give him an option: cash, SUV.
Telling you, bro.
I'll take the SUV.
I'm
Like, it
telling
was
you,
like a-
we are
like
now, because of climate change,
I guess.
you are better off now
some height.
in heights than you are with cars now. Just to give you a little bit of a fighting
It's a
chance.
cool car though. That was a rack car.
What's that?
Oh, Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
There we go, Air Tito. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Air Tito. So
Thank you. Thank
so I got another thing. So we're giving away Bitcoin this month. $50,000 of Bitcoin. Thank you. It's like an advertisement for our promo right there. The last Saturday in April, you know, good. Now I got a better one for you. We're staying with, like, you know, the whole financial thing. We just got it approved. Okay. So March was your choice, Mercedes. April is Bitcoin, $50,000 Bitcoin. May, gold bars. Gold bars.
We're at 3,200, right?
Gold bar. Yeah, but a bar's a bar. You know, we're gonna give away
But we're at 3,200 an ounce, I think, right now. Yeah. All-time
You ever
high.
see a gold bar? It's not that big.
No, I know. It's nothing.
It kind of like that. That's about the size, right
They sell
there.
them at Costco.
For your. Oh, they
So-
do. I didn't know that.
Yeah, at Costco,
Boy, he hangs in some really ritzy places. They're selling gold
at
bars.
Costco's, yeah. They
I
sell them at
didn't know
Costco.
that. I didn't know that.
I don't have any gold myself except for a couple chains
No,
or
but you really
something.
need to buy it. About 5 years ago, it was down
Yeah.
around 2,000.
Yeah.
And you know, all those commercials you see, William Devaney, pushing gold bars. He's been pushing gold for like 20 years. Yeah, he still says the same thing he said 20 years ago, but you know, gold bars.
Bitcoin goes up 1,000 in a minute.
No, I know, but Bitcoin.
I'm just saying, it's funny. I love the gold heads.
No, the
because
gold moves like at a snail. Like
Yeah.
a snail's pace. It
and
always
it's like,
has.
dude, what are you doing if everything comes to an end, or something? Are you going to be just carrying your gold around, brother? I hope you have like guards and shit, because you're done. You know what I'm
you
saying?
melt it down as you need it. You know, give me a
Yeah.
half a bar. Give me a half a bar.
All you need is 12 words in your head. You don't even need anything. You just keep going.
But we're giving gold bars, which I thought you'd be like, wait a second.
It's pretty cool.
You're going the other end of the spectrum.
No,
You're going
no.
from Bitcoin to gold bars.
No,
we're just having fun with it.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed if you give cash.
No, yeah. We decided not to give cash. Yeah, we figured we'll go.
You're
with
giving
gold.
something that has
At
value.
least has potential to have value.
The funny part is, you know, when Bitcoin's like at 16 or 25 or 50, I got people like, Bitcoin's a scam. And I look at him and I go, bro, the dollar's the scam, dude. What's wrong with you, bro? They've printed 40% of it the last few years.
Today? Have you seen the market today?
Yeah.
We all just got a little poorer.
No, I know.
But, I mean, if you got 10,000 saved, if you got, $1 million saved,
I told
poorer
everybody
today.
we're in for another rough 90 days, another rough quarter, and then then in the third and fourth quarters, they will then.
I believe that, and I hope that. I mean, it's just so the phone is the worst thing. So I get these text messages from my
investment stuff. Yeah,
yeah, it's automatic test. It's like
how bad everything is.
It's like market down
1,200 points.
First it was down 1,000. Right? I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a pretty bad day. Then I got a text message, like it seemed like it was the next meeting I was in, down 1,500. I'm like, how much did I just lose in that meeting?
We're down 1,679 right now.
Every time I talk about it, it's going
the
up.
S&P's down.
The down's going up. The amount of down is going up.
Dude, the S&P's down 274 points. The Nasdaq's down 4.5 points.
It's a buying opportunity.
Oh no, it is.
if you have cash,
it definitely is. I'm actually, I got to tell you, I am very surprised with Bitcoin. It's stuck at 82.
Yeah, for like the last month, right? The last month or so.
It's stuck there in the 82, 85 area.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too.
But I'm pleasantly surprised.
Buy.
Buy.
I bought another clump at 1,800.
But you bought Ethereum.
Ethereum. I'm an Ethereum guy. I'm not a Bitcoin guy, but I'm a crypto guy.
But you need to get Bitcoin now. Now.
I know, but I'm going to get there. I just love Ethereum.
Now,
I have a goal of how much I want.
You're good with Ethereum. By the way, I love Star Atlas. I don't know if you guys know about this. I'm a big Star Atlas guy. They've been on Solana. They just migrated over to Ethereum. So Star Atlas moving over to Ethereum. That is some big news, bro.
Anyhow, I thought it'd be nice for you. I come here. I feel good to make sure your viewers, your listeners,
I love
the fact that we are, staying with the financial world.
How much gold are you giving away? By the way,
so there's a little bit of an argument. It's at least 50,000. It's at least 50,000, right?
Nice.
But we might do 2 of them. So we might do 100,000, but it gets a little confusing in the messaging to do 2 Saturdays, 50,000 each Saturday.
So just say 50,000 this month and then 50,000 next month.
Well, the following month we have another idea, but we haven't been solidified. That will be a future show.
Okay.
I like to give your listeners and viewers that first shot at it.
Folks, all you got to do is come here and play the games. The slots downstairs that are super loose. They've got hundreds of games there, 800, 900 machines down there. And every time you play, you get an entry. And so at the end of the month, they have the giveaways, but you have to be here in person, which is the best thing. Because if you're not in person, then everybody's eligible. And the funny part is most of the people that play the machines, they don't show up on that Saturday to try to win. So it's actually so minimal. Your chances actually increase dramatically when you do it. Because you must be here in person to claim the prize. So if they're giving away cars or SUVs or boats or Bitcoin or whatever it is that they've given away, gold bars coming up. It's worth it. Plus, they've got dinner here. They've got entertainment, so you can bring your loved one to hang out.
Slots,
hang out.
Horse racing, and sports betting.
Yeah, dude. So you come here a couple hours early, play some games, all that, and then you get ready for the drawing. But come throughout the month a couple times, and your chance to win, dude.
Earn some entries.
Yes, sir.
We got something here.
What do we got here? Tell Steve for June he should give away penguins. Word on the street is we may have a few coming to the USOA, because we tariffed an island in the Antarcticas, 10% that is totally inhabited by penguins and seals.
We were thinking it has not official. I appreciate the suggestion, right?
This is problems now.
We're trying to get creative. That listener is certainly creative. Okay,
this creates big problems now.
Why is that?
Jalen Waddle now is going to have to pay some fines.
Yeah, he's going to. Every time he scores a touchdown,
the singer seal.
The
singer seal.
Yeah, seal.
We're going after all penguins now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
the guy that's playing, Colin Farrell is playing Penguin on the TV now.
Yeah, he's done.
We're going after his ass. Okay, so anything Penguin, anything seal related. We found out that
seals are
from
different than penguins.
We found out that Seals from Seals and Croft is no longer with us, so he's safe.
Okay,
he's safe. But if Seals was around, we're going after you, bro.
We're going a little different direction than penguins.
I'm
But I
saying,
appreciate the creativity.
But if those bastards
The
want to start
creativity.
importing or exporting, we're cashing in on them. That's all it is. I like Trump's motivation on this, bro. He's moving. He's not just going after people. He's going after mammals and animals.
Yes, keep it fair. Everybody's a target.
That's everybody's a target. He's an equal opportunity tariffs man.
I think this whole market, going up 1,000, down 1,000. I think it's going to be incredibly volatile over the next month or two.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be bad for 3 months.
But I think it's going to go up 500 and then go down 800 and big numbers.
And I think that if you are, if you can withstand the storm, if you're blessed, the opportunities of a
There's some opportunities.
lifetime are coming.
Yeah, that's
are here now. Are here and going to develop a little bit more because there's going to be more dips for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Bitcoin. Here's my prediction.
Well, Bitcoin was flat today.
Bitcoin is going to, the hash rate is at an all-time high. Hash rate means there's more computers than ever mining Bitcoin. Okay, transacting Bitcoin, which makes it the safest it's ever been. Okay, because every transaction has to be verified by several validators across the world. And they don't know who they are or whatever. These are computers that are just doing it and solving these mathematical equations. The reason why Bitcoin has never, ever, and never will be probably hacked, it's because you'd have to get to the first transaction.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you'd have to solve all the trillions of blocks that have come since, and that there's no way of doing that anymore at this point. Plus, no computer has the power and the hash rate that Bitcoin has. Price follows hash rate in Bitcoin. So if the hash rate is going through the roof, the price is going to come. And here's what I'm going to explain to you. 5 years ago, when they thought recession was coming, it went from $20,000 to $67,000. And then we had the pandemic and the whole reset and everything came back, right? So in the pandemic, they juiced the economy, so no recession. So if this comes now and it goes to a head and all this stuff doesn't work out, Bitcoin is going to explode to heights even faster. If the economy turns around and it explodes, Bitcoin will explode with it either way.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if we have the bad turn, the stocks will not explode. Altcoins will not explode. It will only be Bitcoin and gold. And gold.
Yeah, gold.
Because your dollar will dollar will cave, and he's already weakening the dollar because he's trying. The 10-year bond is already down it's at a low of I don't know how many years now.
Is it an inverted curve yet?
Not yet. But the idea is to lower the 10-year bond so they can then refinance the $9.2 trillion of debt. So that's what they're doing right now. But in order to do that, they've got to shock the hell out of the system. They know what they're doing. They know that they're putting everybody through hell, but we're going to go through hell anyway.
It's a little bit stressful, but hey, you know what?
No, it's really stressful.
We're all working
because you feel bad for the people that have lost their jobs and all that. That's the part.
Well, jobs are bad, but I'm talking about the stressful part of being like you look at your savings account.
Yeah, 401k.
Your 401k, right? Your account where you save your money, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, IRA, 401k, and it's X, and then all of a sudden, it's 20% or 30% less than X. That's stressful. And it's probably a little more stressful depending on how close you are to retirement. Oh, boy, wait, did I mention to you that next month is my full retirement age? But I'm not retiring, but it is. I am officially, the whole concept of a Social Security full retirement age?
Yeah.
So you're a little younger. Yeah. Your full retirement age is 67.
I'm checking out at 62, buddy.
Okay, but your full retirement is 67, right? And 62.
I'm in my final 4-year term.
Well, but get this. So I'm that group. I kind of got screwed. I got screwed
Why?
by a guy I like. So I start working full time in 1979, 1980, right? And the deal is full retirement age is 65.
Right.
Right? I'm cruising along. That's the deal I signed up for. I'm going to get Medicare and Social Security at 65. Somewhere in the mid 80s, a guy that I like, I think his name was Ronald Reagan, says, Steve, he taps me on the shoulder and says, no, you're not retiring. No, he said, I'm changing it to 67, but I'm going to grandfather the baby boomers in. So my retirement age is 66 and 8 months. So it depends on what year. So I'm born in 58. I'm 66 and 8. People born in 67 are 67 and 1960 are 67.
Right.
If you're born in 56, it's 66 and 4 months. It's 2 months for every year, the date of year. So they changed the rules on Social Security while I was already joined.
I feel you, bro.
Now they did grandfather.
The drinking age was 18.
Oh no, I was good though.
A month before I turned 18, they turned it to 19.
Exact opposite happened to me.
And then before I went to 19, it went to 21.
This is big O.
Luckily, I had a beard since I was 15, so I was in clubs and all that anyway. So I didn't need it. I had a fake ID and all that, but damn, dude, I got pissed off that every time that right on my thing they changed it, like right there, dude.
Big O.
Right there.
18. I turned like 17. They changed the drinking age to 18. It was a dream come true. It was like unbelievable. It was like, and now I will tell you, I'm in college, right? And the drinking age is 18. Even then, I was looking around saying, this ain't good. This ain't responsible. There's a lot of people getting in really bad car accidents. There's a lot of shit happening. Like, I can't believe that somebody in charge is allowing me to pound down booze at 18 years old in a day. You know, but
we're about to give the rights to 14-year-olds to work 60-hour weeks. So it's all right. It's all good.
Well,
it's all good.
At any rate, it's all good. We're giving away Bitcoin this month. Poker action. Look at it. Looks very good today. Poker.
That's what she said.
That was a billboard in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And it was a woman laying down on the billboard and said, poke her. Poke her. That's what it said. It was Tropicana in the 90s. Oh, boy, did they catch shit for that. Well, they got some hell for that one. But anyhow, guys, it was all good.
You got it, baby.
Bitcoin, gold bars,
yes,
Mercedes. You got
better than money.
I like the fact that your viewers are suggesting creative ideas like penguins. So we'll look into that.
Yeah,
don't wager any large sums of money on that one, though.
Yeah. Because now we have tariffs on penguins and all that. It's just the penguin thing's getting expensive.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut back on our penguins.
I mean, do we get taxed if we waddle?
No, but
well, I don't know. Stephen Ross might get taxed too. Sean had a good point there. Sean, because he waddles in the suite.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's going to be a charge.
Maybe you're only tariffed at that moment. You're not tariffed all the time. Just when you're waddling.
When you waddle.
Yeah, when you're waddling.
All right. There's a waddle tax.
Enough of that. All righty, guys. Take care. See you next week.
All right, you got it. The great Steve Calabro. Yes, sir. The general mangler out here at Hialeah Park, getting it done. And again, gold bars, baby, $50,000 next month. That's pretty awesome. I love that. Yeah, sad about Val Kilmer. We talked about it yesterday. He was awesome, dude. He was awesome. Rest in peace. Let's see. Tell Steve okay, we got that. Cutting government wasteful spending so taxpayers can enjoy the fruits of labor. Well, we hope so. You know, they need to cut a ton of spending. But hopefully they're cutting it the right way. You know what I mean? They're not really doing it the right way, but whatever, bro. I would have done it completely different. Personally, for me, I would have gotten an expert out of each of those fields, right? I would have gotten bipartisan support, get a Republican, get a Democrat that follows that person. Then you study each of the areas for a couple of weeks. You figure out who's the best employee. You grab one or two of the best employees that you know you're going to keep. And then You then, for the next couple of weeks, you break it down how you need to water it all down and streamline it and all that behind the scenes. And then you go forward with a way that you streamline and you know who you're going to cut and why, not just blank cuts like that. But hey, whatever, bro. It is what it is. This is why that's why they're firing people and hiring people. They're sending people to jail that don't belong in jail. It's just stuff that, because it's so unorganized. So, but it doesn't matter because both sides are unorganized. Everything they do is unorganized, red or blue. So it doesn't matter to me. So that's the thing. It could work, Rosendo, and this could be an outright disaster, my brother. So nothing is guaranteed, okay? And nobody's done it right from either side at all. So there's nothing to believe that anybody knows really what they're doing, to be quite honest. If we're Americans, we're just hoping for the best. You know what I mean? But it's not like either side knows what the hell they're doing. Let's be honest. But the good thing is, I will say, at least this is being tried. As painful as it is, you got to try something different because everything we've been trying with the last 4 presidents did not work. So we'll see, man. What are you going to do, bro? So for the best, unfortunately. Sucks. I always have a big laugh when people speak of vast government conspiracies. I know how inept government is. Yeah. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be, but it is inept as everybody thinks it is. So that's the bad problem about it. All right, folks, we are out of here. We appreciate all of you out there as always. Thank you. If you made a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always love that. Or if you made a donation to help us get to Spain, we appreciate that as always. Super chats, all of that. We appreciate it. We thank, of course, Sean Stanley, Steve Calabro, and the great people here at Hialeah Park. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We're in studio tomorrow, right? In studio, baby, 10 a.m. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.